Hey, what's up everybody, how's it going? My name is Justin, and I moved all the way from New York City to Alabama and bought a house. Let me explain. New York was just not the place for me anymore, and I knew I needed to make a change. Why Alabama? Simply put, the cost of living here is way more affordable. I wasn't happy where I was in life. I wanted something better for myself. I wasn't sure where my future was headed, and that scared me. Moving out of New York City is such a huge deal. I decided to document this journey, and this documentary is the results of 3 years hard work. I just hope it's worth it. It all started back in February 2022. My room is a mess. Think hoarder style, with bins stacked on top of each other and nowhere to move. Typical New Yorker problems. At the time I was working at McDonald's, which isn't too hard, but the environment was extremely toxic. The heat during the summer was unbearable, and sometimes the orders would be too much. And don't get me started on the customers. I swear walking into McDonald's makes everybody not have a brain. Honestly, I would enjoy the moments where I would take out the garbage or do the dishes because I could be left alone to do my own thing. I've been through a lot. It's slightly traumatizing. If I was going to leave New York and make this move, I had to learn how to drive. I started studying the driver's manual and taking practice tests. The permit test was not as hard as I thought. I'm about to take my permit test. Wish me luck. So I finished the test. It was 50 questions. I got 49 out of 50 correct. I passed on my first try. Yes! Once I got my learner's permit, I started practicing driving. My uncle was generous enough to give me my first few lessons.
Let's see, what's the first thing you do, Justin?
Put on the seatbelt.
All right.
But after that, life got busy, so my aunt and uncle helped me pay for driving school. Today's my first official driving school lesson. I already did the 5-hour course. It didn't even take 5 hours. I don't think the instructor wanted to be there as much as the rest of us. They just had us watch different YouTube videos. I took 10 lessons over the next few weeks. I learned pretty fast. The people even told me I was a natural. Then came the driving test. All right, today's the day. I have my driving test. I woke up at 6:30 in the morning to get one last early morning lesson. Then they're gonna drive me to Staten Island where I'm gonna actually take the test. I really hope I pass because I literally can't afford to fail. To be honest, I was nervous. I just got back from the test. I don't know if I'm gonna pass or fail, and if I fail, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna know until 6 p.m. tonight. The woman was not that nice. All right, so the time has come where I can now see my test results for my driving test. I am so nervous. 3, 2, 1. I didn't know what I was expecting, but I passed. I've just never been so happy to see test results in my life before. I had such a good feeling. So many new incredible things are gonna happen now because of this. Okay, well now I gotta see how I gotta get my license. After this, everything suddenly felt real. By this point, I knew these were my final days in New York City. It'll always be my home. It's where I was born, where I grew up, the only city I've ever lived in. And no matter where I go, New York will always be a part of me. I'm very lucky to live in one of the greatest cities in the world, but it just wasn't meant for me anymore. So I made sure to take in as much of the city as I could before saying goodbye.
Right now, partly cloudy, 72 degrees, with winds out of the southwest at 7 miles an hour.
And this is the exact reason why I hate the Brooklyn Bridge. I finished crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, and now I'm genuinely pissed off. There's a rat!
The closing doors, please.
While all that was happening, I was starting to make the big move. First, I packed everything that I wanted to take with me. Just took a whole bunch of boxes from work. This is gonna be how I save money. Instead of buying moving boxes, I take some French fry and nugget boxes. I thought about renting a U-Haul, but all they had was this big expensive box truck. Instead, I rented a budget cargo van. It was much cheaper, would be easier to drive, and I could sleep in it to save money. I booked it and the date was set. It was also time for me to quit my job. I gave my 2 weeks notice, which wasn't easy, but I had to do it. So as of right now, it's 10 days before I move, and I don't know how to feel. I'm happy and I'm excited because I'm doing what I want to do, but at the same time, I'm scared because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm doing it alone. I'm just thinking how terrifying it's going to be having to drive basically across the country. I wanted to leave respectfully, but as soon as those doors closed behind me, I said exactly how I felt. So that's the last time I'm ever gonna close that door. F this place, f everyone here. Everyone here is brain dead piece of shit. I am happy I'm leaving. And just like that, I became unemployed, but I was free. I was finally free. Then the big day came. So this is my last day in New York City. I am completely freaking out. Good morning, today's moving day. I'm getting the truck rental. Wish me luck. All right, well, I got it. I don't know what I'm doing. With the help of my family, I packed everything into the van and I hit the road.
This television has a poison on its breath. This counterculture of both wicked lies and death. It makes my eyes bleed every time I turn around. And will they all be when I bring them to the ground? And I say, I'll walk for miles inside this pit of danger. But no one follows me, I walk alone. I'm sick of all these people talking out their heads. I never understood a damn thing that they said. From words to actions, never knowing.
Good progress being made.
I guess I'll have to chew them up and spit them out. And I said, I walk for miles inside this pit of danger. I swallowed down 1,000 years of anger. Weight of the world is falling on my shoulders. A place where no one follows me, I walk alone.
I found a spot where I can stay the night. Gotta turn all of this into a sleeping space. forgot. Turtle survived. The fish survived. Now I gotta figure out what I'm doing. This was open the whole time.
Bit of danger. Yeah, 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 yeah. I swallowed down 1,000 years of anger. The weight of the world is falling on my shoulders. A place where no one follows me. I walk alone.
I'm now returning the van. This will be the last time I ever drive it. Eventually I made it to Alabama, where I had some friends who were willing to let me stay with them until I could figure out my next step. Driving across the country in a huge van right after I got my license is insane. At the time, it was a horrible experience, but looking back at it now, it was a lot of fun. I got to live on the road for a weekend, and if I had a proper RV, I would totally do it again. It was the most freedom I've ever had doing anything by myself. From this point on, it was all about working towards my ultimate goal, buying a house. But first I needed to get my life together. I had to get a car, and since I was going to need a job, I couldn't go anywhere without one. I found a car on Facebook Marketplace for $3,000, and for the time being, it was a decent ride. And shortly after, I found a job that pays very well for the South. Well, I'm hired at this place. It's my first day at work, and I'm freaking out. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's been pretty good so far. I like it. Just have no idea what's going on. I've been bullshitting this job since I got hired. I get the gist of it, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Feeling stressed. Everything was new and it felt overwhelming. As of now, I can confidently say that I'm able to do the job at the required standard. Meanwhile, I kept searching for a home. Even before I left New York, I was researching every possible option. My plan was to buy land and put a mobile home on it. That way, I can choose the location and the home. I had hundreds of homes saved. I've never done more research on anything before in my life. And now that I'm down here, I had to take a more proactive approach. I'm in the mobile home lot. I'm just checking out the houses. Whoa, this is kind of weird. That's a deep tub. I like the fact that the shower is separated from the bathtub. That's nice. 2 sinks, but I don't know why I would want 2 sinks. I'm only one person. Again, the shower separated from the bath. I love that. Maybe an epic shower. So much space in here too. That's crazy. Just kind of blows my mind that it's a house on wheels. It sounds kind of sketchy. Come in here, turn on the shower, and then watch myself shower. It just feels like I'm walking through somebody's house. This is the tub I need. The house looks nice and all, but then you come over here and it's like, what is this area? It's a nice house if you're a married couple with 6 children, but this is not for me. So I'm gonna go look at some land today. Not meeting up with anybody, literally just going to look at it. This feels illegal even though there's nothing wrong with it. So I've made it to one piece of land. I rented an apartment for a while. It was small, but affordable. I made plenty of YouTube videos there. It wasn't bad for my first place living on my own. No pun intended. Things started to go south. So I'm in the process of trying to get the prices so that way I can actually buy the home. Whichever one I like more, that's worth the price. What's the point of buying a home if I don't like it? And I don't know, I just kind of had a mental breakdown today because this one home that I saved specifically because I thought it was a budget home. It was smaller, therefore it should be cheaper, but in reality, it's actually more expensive than other homes that are bigger than that. This is going to change how I look at all the homes now. Do I have to reevaluate literally all the homes that I looked through? It's so much stress and it's so hard. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing here. The land that I thought was perfect for me just wasn't working out. So here's the issue. I can't get the house because I don't have the land. I can't get the land because I can't get a land loan. For some reason, the real estate agent is making it a problem. I can pay for it in full if that's the easiest thing for me to do right now, but for some reason, she does not want me to do that. I don't know if this is the New Yorker in me. If her job is to sell me the land, her only concern should be to give me the land. So I'm kind of pissed about that. And of course, my luck, the one home that is perfect for what I'm looking for, they don't do home and land loans. There was no further progress to be made. I became very depressed. I was heavily doubting myself, and I was really scared that leaving New York was the wrong decision. I realized the way that I was doing things, it was more complicated than it needed to be. I just feel like I'm doing things the least practical way. I was so fixated on getting the cheapest home that I failed to consider what I could actually afford. I can afford a lot more than I let myself to believe. So I started my search over with a fresh approach. It's not a complete loss, because I still have an idea of what I want in mind. I just gotta look a little differently. I've made so much progress up to this point now, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like I've gotten anywhere. I just want to do things the smart way, in a way that would be way more easier. And out of sheer luck, I found it. I just found the perfect house. The house that I've been looking for. The house that I wanted when I moved down to Alabama. This is the one. It is absolutely beautiful. Like, I couldn't find a more perfect home. It was newly listed. I went for a house tour. I loved it. I put in an offer and they accepted. I can't believe this is happening. I am so excited. Woo! So I got a little ahead of myself and I already signed the contract. This is basically it. I just signed the contract. I am one step closer to getting the house. I am the reason why this house is now contingent. After I did all the necessary prep work, I spent about $6,000 or $7,000, but it's what I had to do to make it happen. I'm freaking out. This very well may be my last few hours in this apartment. And after an hour of signing all the documents, the house was mine. It happened! I signed everything! I have the keys! I bought a house, it's mine, and I'm going there right now. So tired right now. I'm officially moved in. It's the first night in the new house. It's such a surreal moment. Biggest accomplishment I've ever achieved in my life. I left New York City to start over in life and find something better for myself. All the hard work I've done has led me to this moment. I found freedom, space, and a chance to build a life that I can be proud of. Moving to Alabama is not just a new chapter in my life, it's a whole new book waiting to be written. So this is it. This is my home. This is what I've been working so hard for ever since I left New York to start a new life. To live the life that I've always dreamed of, and to say that I'm finally a homeowner. And now there's only one thing left to do. in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.